Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'd love to hear the patter of tiny feet. To my surprise, as I looked in her eyes, she said, I'm gonna buy some sheep. Sheep? I said. Sheep, she said. Gonna buy some sheep.
What's happening this morning is the ram that we've hired in, we're taking him back and we're just slipped into the field of the trailer here, and hopefully with a bucket of meal we're going to be able to entice him up in, shut the door with 2 or 3 other sheep, and then we'll drop them out. This could go totally wrong. Now that didn't happen. All I've got is very wet knees with the sheep rubbing against me. We could get half a dozen of them in, but the man was too wary. So we're going to have to bring them up the road and we'll put them in the pen in the house, and that'll be easy getting them in from there. Barbara's just bringing the dog there now. Come on girls, come on. Just take your time. You don't want running pregnant sheep round, although it's very early on, but just you don't want giving them any stress if you can help it. Come on Grady. That's the girl that always leads them there. Good girl. Barbie says you're to go slow. Now, this is a rather blind corner. You don't want people flying around into you, but fortunately that boy's turning down the road. Good girl, Grady. It's a lovely morning, but it was a miserly rain there a minute ago, would have soaked you. Now, no overtaking, girls, just.
Well, Ian, the boyo lived up to his reputation and was as strong as get out and wouldn't go onto the trailer, so we've had to bring the woolly girls and him up home to try and get him loaded. So yeah, bribery didn't work and he's rather thran.
So what's happening here? The wee greedy lammy that leads everything up the road, she's in here for a nibble. The rest have scooted through out into the field, so I'm going to have to go out into the backyard here. And we'll open this gate and bring them in that way, which will be good enough.
I can't get this open.
Where's that big man there? There he is, there the rascal. Just pull it round, Barbie. So we have them in here now, and Barbie's bringing a little bit of meal. We have shed out the ones we don't need, and we'll just leave a few with them to get them up into the trailer.
Oh. Right.
Where's the big man? He's a lovely ram. So he is.
Sometimes.
As long as he does what Barbara says, he's a great man. Isn't he a good man? He just doesn't like going into a trailer out in the field, but we'll get him in here, no problem. There's some length that way. We had gone down to the field with the car and trailer to pick that man up, and then couldn't get him in, so we had to leave the car and trailer down in the field and bring the sheep up the road, as you've seen. So Barbara's away now on the bicycle to pick up the car and bring it back up. She can throw the bicycle in the back of the trailer, and then we'll get him in from the house here.
Watching our carbon footprint, no quads.
So Barbie's away down to get the car in the field. And we'll throw the bike in the trailer, and then we'll bring the sheep back up again. Back down again, should I say. So here we are in the horse box, and I had just opened the back door down to go and wheel the bicycle out, which is still in here. And would you believe it, the man just came walking up in with no meal or anything, after all. So he's in with one sheep here. Excuse me, girl, out of the way. No, excuse me. There you are. So the hired ram is safely delivered back to its owner, and we're taking the girls back down to the field here now. And we have put our own little ram in with them. But everything seems to be covered there now. They all should be in lamb. So we're just passing a car or two here now. So isn't this a relaxed walk we're having, girls? Go behind you. Easy now. This is the field which we sowed the oilseed rape in. It seems to be coming on nicely. Now I just came out to see where Barbara was, for I couldn't find her and I was worried. Would you look at that, having coffee and biscuits with the lambs?
They don't talk back to me. Gonna have some bicky. Gonna put a bit of chalky bicky. Isn't that nice? Yum 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 yum. Mm-hmm.
What about the coffee now? Another mechanic and job. I was just getting on well with hedge cutting there and trying to catch up a little on it, and then my MOT's on Wednesday. This is Saturday. There's two broken springs, this car. Both front suspension springs is broke. There was a bang going through Clocky the other day. So this is my new spring, and I've already loosened these off with the bar. So let's get at it. And boys, I hate lying on concrete anymore. I've had enough of oil mechanicking and stuff. But anyway, it has to be done. And I need a day or two's grace in case whenever I get this in, or if anything goes wrong, you're not missing your MOT. So I've loosened these three bolts. This one's just hanging, it's holding the weight of the spring actually. So there you are. There you are, there's my spring unit out of the car, and as you can see just here, that's all cracked. That whole bottom of the coil of the spring should come round to here, so it's broken off. But we'll compress this down now with a spring compressor and take it apart. So there's my old spring. That's it there with the spring compressors on it. Compressing it in, it would have sat in there. This on top. So that's the old spring, the broken end here, and this is the new one. So this will go down on here like so. Then I put my spring compressors on, compress this in tight, and that lets me put this plate on the end then and the cap back on it and the sleeve like so. Here we are inside the handbrake console here. I'm just adjusting my handbrake up a bit. It needs a little bit tightened up for the MOT. But when I was taking this thing off, didn't the knob of the radio get pinged off and it stuck down in here? There we are. Whoops. So that's us. I've tightened that handbrake up, so we'll just stick the panel back on now. I wonder if the radio working.
Lying in bed,
It's
my
on.
wife, she said, I'm gonna buy some.
Now I'm just doing a wee job on the edge of Portaferry here. And look at the sunset. Now there's a lady lives in the vicinity here and she is the bestest mince pie baker in the whole world. And you know what? I've got a box home with me. Now just wait till you see this. Look at that. Is that not a picture? And it's MOT day today for the car. And we'll have a double rainbow. Look at the colours in that, that's amazing. Now, while I was waiting for my car, I was looking at this yellow plant here and there's nothing but bumblebees on it everywhere. At the foot of Scrabo Tower, and one Toyota Avensis never raced or rallied, just gone through the MOT.
Just what shade of green are you waiting for? Oh, just what shade of green are you waiting for? Oh, tell me now. Just what shade of green are you waiting for?
Sheep?